The new season of Naraka Bladepoint is upon us, and with that, some new changes are being introduced into the game. In the Season 16 Ignis reveal trailer, the lead designer of the game mentioned some adjustments going forward for certain characters. Naraka seems to bring some teasers for Tarkaji, promising rework on his abilities and ultimate. Although right now there hasn't been much reveal on what those changes might be, but I'm hoping that with this we get to see more of him in ranked, or at least I'm hoping to see more of him but not all the time, as having a meta character isn't something to be always thrilled about. Which can really seem to be the case this time with VIPER Ning, as they revealed that they are preparing to remove her F1 skill, which was her combo breaker ability, which to be honest isn't as shocking as among her skills, F1 is considered to be the most underutilized ability for her, and instead will enhance her F2 silence skill, making it more accurate while mid-air. And man, when I tell you, this has been one of my biggest obstacles using her silence ability when grappling or airborne, as it had a short range and didn't always get latched onto the enemy. So I'm interested to see how it will translate during actual combat. Among that, they also said they're removing V2, which previously allowed her to stun enemies for 2 seconds, with the catch that they can't use F skills, grapples, or ultimate, compared to her V1 skill, which still isn't very popular among players, as they can still hide behind a corner, launch their ultimate, and save their teammates. Her V1 will now cost Rage, meaning that the ultimate continues as she consumes more until finally reaching 0 upon activation. But what's different is that she can now cancel it anytime and will leave her 40% upon first activation. This can be useful when seeing that teammates failed to catch them and they ran away, but they're still heavily dependent on certain scenarios you run into. Such as if she got, for example, killed and then revived either through teammates or Vermilion Yang buff. Or when she gets stunned previously by either Tessa or another VIPER. On the other hand, her V3 got a big update, which make her a meta character now. Once the ultimate ends, it will still leave enemies catched in it, silent for at least 4 seconds, which is a huge advantage as that was the biggest hurdle for anyone using VIPER Ning, to guarantee they either kill or silence with their F skill before they ult, as that would leave her powerless, which in my opinion would make her a meta character. Yeah, to be honest, I'm just hoping that they're not gonna do anything crazy, but I am honestly not shocked if I can find more players using her in ranked now. I mean, back then, she was still a pretty solid pick, as she was basically the anti-hero for every character imaginable. But the thing is, there are some heroes where it's really hard to fight against, especially if you're not ulting first. Like Tarkaji, he could still use his ultimate because it's not bound by certain silences or anything of that sort. So the thing about her is that you need to ult no matter who you're fighting against first, and then you're able to fight. But with this new update, basically if you have a really strong teammate or teammates, if you're playing trios, it's going to be really hard to be able to utilize anything against her if she has that anti-hero setup. Basically, if you're able to ult and then have the ability to silence them on top of that, you're going to be able to have to either really run away and be able to run away unless their teammate catches you, or you're basically screwed, since it's basically there's no way you could counteract that unless you're really able to dodge and be able to run away. Other than that, it's going to be extremely difficult to fight her later down the line, especially in solos where basically ulting first is the basic thing about VIPER Ning. However, after this, it might not even have to matter anymore, because you still get the stun and you still get the ultimate silence after they already ulted. So this is going to be really difficult to fight against. She basically has not only the ability to cancel your ultimate, but also the ability to be able to stun you and win neutral, either with her F or her ultimate skill. But yeah, this could really change the way the game is played, especially if you don't really know how to deal with certain heroes. If you don't know how to fight against them, you could still just pick Viper and then be fine with it, especially considering that you not only able to deal with certain heroes and their ultimates, but also you'll be able to get an advantage of winning neutral. So that's something that I recommend people to explore, experiment with. However, I just don't hope it's going to ruin the experience of the game. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you find it useful, please do leave a like and tell me in the comments if you would pick VIPER now in Season 16 or you're going to start using her more, and your opinions about it. See you next time.